I never decided to become an artist. I had a life in designing hotels, or working with my husband designing hotels all over Europe, and then I joined an adult education program with the tutor who had the gift of helping me find my style, my thing. He took me through watercolours, mixed media, and then introduced me to oils. And I started with still lifes, which I didn't enjoy, or flowers I didn't enjoy, or landscapes I didn't enjoy, and then I painted my first person, and that's when I realised I was a people painter. The majority of the time I work in oils on canvas. I will always love oil most, but I also like the immediacy of acrylic. And sometimes if I'm in a particularly zen frame of mind, I might do watercolour. But what's strange about me is my style changes slightly depending on which medium I'm using, and certainly my palette changes. I'm a chaotic artist. I will go days or even weeks without painting anything, and then I will have a frenetic 2-3 weeks where I have paintings in my head that I have got to get out and get onto the canvas. I can be very wasteful of my time in the studio, and then other times I'm very productive. I have 2 to 3 hours of energy before I start painting with a heavy hand or losing interest, and I try and make myself be very aware of that when that's happening, so that I stop. And that might mean I then abandon that painting, or I come back to it the next day. Most of my work is a one-off, but there are some occasions where I've used a repeated motive. There was a certain holiday where there were a lot of young women on the beach, and I find that I keep going back to that day and those women and repeating them. They were very real. In English we talk about men wearing socks and sandals, and that's a recurring theme. But so are moobs and muffin tops, and they're a very English expression. But that is a woman with muffin tops has a little bit of flesh that sits above her jeans. And I think that makes them real women rather than photoshopped women. I have a need to capture what I see with a camera and a sketchbook in hand, sitting in cafes or maybe having a nice drink in a bar and people watching. And then I often see something. It might be the manner somebody's walking or something about their body language. All my work is from people that I've seen for myself, so they're all candid moments. I don't like doing posed or formal portraits. I like to capture people doing everyday, ordinary things. Scenes are what I find most captivating, most interesting. I'm endlessly intrigued by us as humans, especially on the beach. It doesn't matter what country we've travelled to. When you get to the beach, when you walk into the water, you are a child again. That's one of my favourite places. I like being by the water and I like the sunshine, so that is a recurring theme in my work, although I have to say I'm being drawn to portraiture now a lot too. Certainly being British has an impact on what I paint, because I do find myself smiling about us Brits while we travel. A lot of us are not very good at it. So I do enjoy capturing my fellow Britons being typical Brits abroad. And that is sometimes what I hope we will find humour in when we look at ourselves, because we should be able to laugh at ourselves. I'm hoping to create an image that you will see something familiar in. Even if it's not somebody you know, I'm hoping it makes you feel like you know them, like it might be somebody you're related to or a friend. So if I hear someone look at my work and go, gosh, that's just like grandma, I'm a happy girl because you've got the right emotion from my work.